Okay, good afternoon. Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while. I hope you enjoyed the Easter break and you enjoyed some time with friends and family and celebrate the holiday as it was intended. I want to talk briefly about last week's assignments. I think for the most part you will kind of miss the mark from the standpoint of I was really looking for a detailed budget for your campaign and your campaign only, not necessarily the budget for to carry out the overall campaign from a operations logistical standpoint. Okay, so the other piece that was probably needs some work for your final part of your project would be the detail for the budget. So if you talk about doing a radio advertisement, I'd like to know, which station, what time of day, how many spots, the cost breakdown, and everything. So that's kind of really what I was looking for. Your assignment for this week is basically the execution plan. This is the how you're going to actually carry out the communications portion of the public relations campaign. So what I'm looking for, and again, the assignment page says it should be a 5 to 7 page paper. I'm not really looking for that. What I want you all to do is to break it out kind of in a, let's just say a table format so that I can actually see what's, it's a lot easier to pick it up and read and see how you're going to carry it out. So for example, we're going all the way back to the beginning of the semester, where we talked about the research and demographic groups and that sort of thing. So, as we progressed, so what I'd be looking for is, which group or which public you're going to be, you want to communicate with. That's the who. The what is the what information, when it's going to be communicated, and how it's going to be communicated. Okay, so keep that in mind. As you develop your overall table, it's you're going to be you should be communicating with the individual demographic or public in multiple different ways, not just through one channel. Because you remember with the last two assignments, it was last week was the budget, the week before was actually determining which channels you're going to be communicating with. Okay, so it's the which public, what information, when it's going to be communicated, and how it's going to be communicated. Okay, it's the who, what, when, and how. All right. So that's really what I'm looking for in this week's assignment. Please do not submit a 5 to 7 page paper, because that's really not what we're what I'm looking for from this assignment. The next thing to kind of keep in mind is that with all of your assignments, remember that all assignments need or must have references. A number of you did not have references in your last assignment, and that's where you lost the majority of your points. So just remember that all assignments must have references. Okay. So hopefully that clears that up in what we're actually looking for in this week's assignment. Okay. So are there any questions? Oh, wait. Hold on. You know what? I had it on mute. Hold on. So if you, Teresa, I'm sorry, I had it on mute if you said anything.
It's okay. It's totally fine. I clicked in about 5 minutes. I was just catching you at the end. But no, I'm just playing catch up right now. I'm at track practice right now. I just went to my car real quick to get on. But no, you explain what I was going to ask you about if you wanted it for each specific public, the who, what, when, where, and why, and if you wanted it in narrative form. So is it okay to do bullet points and kind of just say who, type it out, like give a few sentences of like who it is and why, answer everything or answer each one, and then like the next bullet do a different public. Is that what you want?
Yeah, it's really kind of personal preference for however it makes sense to you. I prefer a table, but if you don't have to do it in a table, I definitely do not want you all writing a 5 to 7 page paper. I do not want a 5 to 7 page paper. Okay, so if you want reports, that's fine. A table is fine. Whatever, just not a narrative academic paper. That doesn't get it.
Okay, and see that's why like these assignments I get so caught up in being like perfect and trying to do like the 3 to 4 and 5 to 7 pages that I get like overwhelmed and I don't want to submit it if it's like not come 100%. What you want, but that makes more sense if it's not 5 to 7 pages. That's a little more. I was kind of worried about that.
Yeah, and that's
like almost like an Excel sheet and just type it out.
Yeah, that was fine too, and some people have done that. With this type of class, I get what they're trying to do, but it doesn't really lend itself to the assignments to be writing, 4 to 5 page papers, 5 to 7 page papers. That's not what a PR campaign plan actually looks like. It's not what it looks like. So
exactly. Okay, that makes a lot more sense because I was trying to figure out, like, okay, where am I going to get 5 to 7 pages worth of content?
Yeah, you're not. So, hold on.
Somebody just called me. Could you hear me?
No.
Somebody just called me. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't want to be redundant from the not last assignment, but the assignment before that. With like the objectives and talking about like basically why I'm choosing this public. But that makes more sense. If you want to do who, what, when, where, and why. Some things are going to be redundant. Will some things be like kind of redundant from the third assignment?
Yeah, because really we're starting to put things together now, right? So the first the first 5 weeks was piece by piece by piece. Week 6 is the execution plan. What's week 7 is basically what week 7 is how you're going to evaluate the effectiveness of the overall plan. So that's actually the last piece of it. And then week 8 is you put everything together.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be a little redundant. Alrighty, well then that makes things a lot simpler. So I need a pen and write that down before I forget. That makes things a lot simpler. Sorry, I'm trying to write things down. Okay. That's the only question I have. I'm just all over the place. I'm flying by the seat of my pants right now. We're at the end of our season, so we have like 4 and 5 meets a week because I do high school and middle school.
Oh my!
So plus high school and middle school practice every single day. Yeah, and I have a 7-month-old, so I'm like all over the place and just trying to find time to do everything. So
I understand. Today was my last day of the semester, so I'm going into finals week. So I understand. I'm literally all over the place. So
yeah,
it's all good.
We have 17 more days. 17 more days of school. I'm a teacher too, so I teach during the day, leave class, go to practice from 2:50 to we'll get done here at about 5:45, and then I go pick up my baby before 6, go home, try to get some homework done, or I'm getting on the bus to go to a meet after school. So my days are from about 7:30 to 10 o'clock right now.
Yeah, it sucks.
So,
couple more weeks.
Okay, we're almost done.
Almost there. All right. Well,
I will definitely get anything I'm missing. I will make sure I get it. I'm going to go home right now after I leave practice. I'm out here at the track right now, but I'll get everything try to caught up and then started on this week coming up.
Okay. Well, if you need anything, let me know. Enjoy yourself, and I'll talk to you next week.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Talk to you next week. Thank you.
Bye.